Guys, it's kind of about time that they're doing something or making an attempt to do something. Hopefully it works, right? I have no idea what's going to happen to the humans that are actually there, right? But it's a really good thing that this is happening. Again, this is to the detriment of the businesses that kind of line the streets where the encampments in fact are. Like, would you like to walk down the street with your kid while someone in one of the tents are basically doing some type of illicit narcotic and you smell it and having to explain to your kid what's actually happening here? Bro, no one wants to do that. And the businesses also know that no one wants to do that. Hence the reason why sales are starting to slow in areas where there are encampments on the street, specifically in California. Right? Businesses are leaving. So if you would like for the businesses to actually stay to help kind of fund the tax dollars, you probably should do everything within your power to not allow these encampments to pop up in commercial areas. Like if people that can purchase a house or pay rent cannot live in said commercial areas, how are you allowing homeless encampments to exist in commercial or industrial areas, Gavin Newsom? I would love to know that answer to that question. But either way, the name of the video is Newsom signs executive order for the removal of homeless encampments. And this is a suggestion via Discord, guys.
Breaking news this morning, we're hearing from Governor Gavin Newsom after he issued an executive order that directs local authorities to begin dismantling homeless encampments. KTLA's Omar Lewis live now in Hollywood with those details. Omar, good morning.
Jessica, good morning. Yeah, that executive order from the governor is aimed at dismantling thousands of homeless encampments, just like this one here on Hollywood Boulevard this morning. The move follows a landmark Supreme Court decision, which gave local leaders greater authority to remove homeless encampments. And this morning on X, Governor Newsom releasing a video statement about the new executive order. Take a look.
Guys, exactly this, right? Like, whatever businesses are on this side, I would never go to, personally.
Listen.
I don't think there's anything more urgent and more frustrating than addressing the issue of encampments in the state of California. Over the course of the last number of years, the state has stepped up, where in the past we provided no support, no resources to cities and counties to clean up encampments like this. Today, we've invested now over $1 billion in encampment resolution grants.
Okay, so it's a grant program. So are these individuals going to get something to basically take them out of the area, guys? Because again, this is blight.
The plan from the governor is now ordering California cities and counties to adopt local policies and to use all available resources when it comes to how best to dismantle homeless encampments. It also encourages local governments to ramp up enforcement that emulates the state's models. Now, state agencies now provide 48 to 72 hours notice before clearing encampments, and personal belongings will be bagged, tagged, and stored for at least 60 days. The Supreme Court's decision has left cities in a conundrum, however, weighing the need for enforcement against the rights of those who have nowhere else to go. Enforcement also remains an unresolved issue, as the state cannot compel cities to adopt these new measures, but can only advise and incentivize them through funding control. Local leaders like LA's Mayor Karen Bass will now be trying to balance enforcement with compassion. Take a listen.
Guys, so keep this in mind here. These individuals are obviously here in the area that they're in specifically because they're close to some type of resource, right? Those resources are most likely going to be some type of commercial establishment, right? Now, what happens if these commercial establishments decide one day, we no longer want to do this, right? Like, we no longer want to deal with theft and like open air, narcotic usage. Like, what if we don't want to deal with this anymore and we decide to leave? What happens then, guys? The encampments themselves are going to dissolve because, again, they're here specifically because of the resources in the area. So what exactly are you going to do with the human issue, Gavin Newsom? Nothing was really explained here. For the most part, all we're getting is they're going to take down the encampments. Okay, great. Maybe some businesses will try to come back, but what are you going to do with the humans? A $1 billion grant sounds like it has the ability to actually do something. Maybe some type of program or like pallet homes, even, guys, is always an option. Basically like a 5 or 6 by 12 like small home guys. Like these type of things can function. Give people a set amount of time they can be in. Set up rules. These things sound extremely plausible. I do hope that there's something like that there, but out of the area of the commercial districts. Because again, if people that can afford to pay the rent or purchase property, cannot live in a commercial district, then no one should be able to live in a commercial or industrial district.
This is going to be an interesting question about the difference between the state government policy and localities like Los Angeles, where Mayor Bass has said she doesn't want to use these anti-camping ordinances.
Okay.
There's no doubt that the Supreme Court's decision allows a state to do what Governor Newsom is doing here. You just still have to make sure that with respect to every other individual right, you aren't trampling on that.
Okay.
The streets of California are home to an estimated 180,000 homeless people, the most in the nation, and these encampments are a stark reminder of the state's...
Bro, is that Venice? That can't be Venice. Is that Venice Beach? Bro, stop playing. All right? No. California has fallen, bro. I mean, I'm not saying that I've held California in high regards. I generally don't like anything Gavin Newsom represents. I was hoping that it was going to be something decent, but now actually seeing this to this level, this is nuts, bro. You know how much this property should cost? I'm just going to go ahead and point this out here. Taxes are extremely high, obviously, for anyone who owns here. And imagine if you're being told to pay all these taxes and this is what's outside your door, bro. Nah, this is unacceptable. He should not be the governor. Obviously, you need someone to go in there and basically clean all of this up. Because, I mean, I hear him. He's saying he wants to do something. But look at that. Like, visualize this outside your door. Nah. Like, this could only happen in a place like California, being run to the ground by someone like Gavin Newsom.
People, the most in the nation, and these encampments are a stark reminder of the state's ongoing housing crisis. This sweeping order comes with its own set of limitations, as the effectiveness of such measures is now under scrutiny. A recent Rand Corporation study suggested that dismantling encampments might not have a long-term impact on reducing homelessness. Meanwhile, civil liberties groups, they are set to challenge any heavy-handed enforcement, ensuring that protections against excessive fines and due process violations are being upheld.
Okay, now in terms of the cruel and unusual punishment, that's what it sounds like they're talking about here. Excessive fines, yeah, don't fine them. Under no circumstance do you give them fines, okay? Because again, that's cruel and unusual punishment. For the most part, you're punishing someone for sleeping, and that's crazy. The idea of that, it seems unconstitutional. And I think that's what most likely the civil liberty groups are going to. That's a position they're going to take because it's valid based off of our Constitution. But this cannot exist where it exists. I'm sorry, okay? It just can't. And that's just a reality, right? But all right, let's continue.
Back out here live, we can tell you that Caltrans has already been active, clearing over 11,000 campsites since 2021. Under this new directive, we know that other state agencies like California State Parks and Fish and Wildlife will now be directed to take similar measures as well, with given a priority to those encampments that pose the largest health and safety risks.
Yep.
That's the latest for now.
Keep
live
that in
in Hollywood
also.
this morning. I'm Omar Lewis. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Breaking news.
All right, so yeah, that's valid. I didn't even think about that actual aspect of these homeless encampments. Guys, there's no sewage. Humans need sewage and running water. Basically, we need that. All right, if you're going to live somewhere, you kind of need that to make sure you get all the nastiness right away from you as fast as humanly possible. Right, that is the reality of a lot of things. And imagine you're in a commercial district, you're going to be shopping for whatever it is you're shopping for, and then you catch some type of hepatitis A, right? Because someone is basically, relieving themselves, right? From the back door, relieving themselves, right? Somewhere, and you accidentally touch something that they touched, and now you touch your mouth, and now you have hepatitis A, right? By accident. Right? None of it was done on purpose. But the reality is that humans do need some type of sewer systems, guys. We need that. That's a reality of situations. Like, health risks are a thing, and absolutely, national parks. No, you cannot live in a national park, guys. All right, that's for all of us. And if you're there, large scale, I'm not going. I'm just gonna be honest here. I refuse. Right, I will not facilitate that type of craziness, guys. I can't imagine that. Imagine go shopping at a store with that's in front of it. I'm not shopping there ever, guys. But anyway, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. My only real concern here is the human aspect of it. Again, cruel and unusual punishment cannot really be done like that. But we need to figure out a way for somewhere for these humans to go, right? Somewhere, at the very least. Right? Obviously, they do not have the means, or at times the mental stability, or even the sober stability, let's say, guys, right? They don't have these things to be able to focus on actually, growing and, getting work and other things like that, the common typical average American adult focuses on. They may not have these things. So maybe we can help give them those things. And also, to be honest, guys, we need to bring back mental institutions. Right, we need to bring that back large scale, because there are a lot of people that are currently on those streets right there, who definitely need some type of like mental assistance at the very least. Right? But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd, along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.